What if I told you that right there in your own kitchen, the place where you prepare meals to nourish your body and your family, you have three silent poisons that you are probably consuming every single day, thinking they are completely harmless? Things that drop by drop, day after day, are quietly weakening your leg muscles, stiffening your arteries, and slowly stealing the independence you have worked your entire life to protect. My name is Dr. Robert Vance. I am a longevity specialist, and over my decades in medicine, I have spent years helping seniors understand the hidden triggers that undermine their vitality. I have seen too many wonderful, vibrant people over the age of 60 walk into my clinic when the damage is already advanced. They didn't make bad choices because they didn't care or because they were lazy, they simply didn't have the information. Today, I am going to break the silence. I am not going to speak to you in complicated medical jargon that no one understands. Instead, I am going to tell you the direct truth about three very common items sitting in your kitchen right now that you should never touch after age 60, exactly what you must replace them with starting tonight. If you are over 60, or if you care for someone who is, please do not click away. What you learn in the next few minutes might just be the most important thing you hear this year. Before we uncover the very first silent poison, you need to understand one crucial medical truth. After the age of 60, your body does not process food the same way it did when you were 40. When we are younger, our bodies are incredibly forgiving. Think of your blood vessels like a brand new garden hose. That hose is highly flexible. It stretches, it absorbs sudden spikes in pressure, and it handles heavy flow with ease. But as the decades pass, that biological garden hose naturally begins to stiffen. The walls of your arteries lose their elasticity. At the same time, our kidneys filter out waste and excess minerals more slowly. Our liver metabolizes sugar differently, and our natural defenses against inflammation start to drop. What was just a minor dietary indulgence in your 30s or 40s becomes a major physical threat after age 60. It triggers a cascade of silent inflammation that hardens those blood vessels until they look like concrete pipes. This makes it incredibly difficult for oxygen-rich blood to reach your legs, your feet, and your vital organs. When that circulation fails, your balance degrades, your muscles feel heavy and tired, and your risk for silent nighttime cardiovascular events climbs. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Let's look at silent poison number 1. Dr. Robert Vance, the first silent poison sitting on your shelf is what I call the healthy imposter. Most of my patients walk into the grocery store trying to do the right thing. They look for words on the package like low-fat, heart-healthy, or cholesterol-free. They buy pre-made dressings for their salads, flavored yogurts, and instant packaged foods because they believe they are making a smart choice for their health. But here is the dark truth: the food industry doesn't put on the front of the box. When manufacturers strip out fat or attempt to preserve a food's shelf life, the food loses its taste. To make it edible and highly addictive, they replace that fat with massive amounts of hidden sugar, most often in the form of high-fructose corn syrup. When you consume high-fructose corn syrup after age 60, it causes catastrophic damage. Unlike normal glucose, this hidden fructose goes directly to your liver. This forces your body to produce visceral fat, the dangerous fat that wraps around your organs and unleashes a wave of chronic, silent inflammation. For an older body, this specific type of silent inflammation directly attacks your arterial walls. It makes your blood pressure spike, puts an enormous strain on your kidneys, and elevates your resting blood sugar levels until you are right on the edge of a type 2 diabetes diagnosis. What to do instead? Walk over to your pantry and throw out those heavily processed low-fat bottles. Instead, make your own dressings using extra virgin olive oil, a fresh squeeze of lemon juice, and a pinch of natural sea salt. Your blood vessels are remarkably responsive. When you give them the right natural environment, they will begin to relax and heal within weeks. Dr. Robert Vance, the second silent poison hiding in your kitchen cabinet right now is refined vegetable oil. Specifically, I am talking about corn oil, soybean oil, canola oil, and generic vegetable oil blends. For years, these oils were heavily marketed as being better for your heart than natural fats, but modern research tells a very different story. These oils are extracted and processed using incredibly high heat and harsh chemical solvents. By the time they are sealed into those clear plastic bottles and arrive in your kitchen, they are highly unstable and packed with inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids. When you take these unstable oils and use them to cook your meals, they oxidize almost instantly under heat. When you consume oxidized oils after age 60, your body has to work overtime to clear the chemical debris. This chemical debris creates microscopic tears along your delicate arterial walls. your body tries to heal those tears the only way it knows how, by sending cholesterol to patch the wounds. Over time, that continuous cycle forms thick, rigid plaques that severely restrict blood circulation. Have you ever noticed your legs feeling unusually heavy, tired, or achy when you take a simple walk? It isn't just old age slowing you down. Very often, it is poor circulation caused by the localized inflammation from cooking with these damaged vegetable oils. What to do instead? If it comes in a clear plastic bottle and says canola, corn, or vegetable oil, toss it out. Switch immediately to avocado oil when you need to cook at high heat, or use extra virgin olive oil and real, grass-fed butter for low to medium heat. This one simple switch cuts out a massive daily source of systemic inflammation. Dr. Robert Vance, the third silent poison in your kitchen is what I call the ultra-processed sodium trap. When I talk to my patients about keeping their blood pressure under control, they often tell me, "Dr. Vance, I don't even use the salt shaker at the dining table anymore." And I believe them, but what they don't realize is that the real damage isn't coming from the salt shaker. Over 70% of the harmful excess sodium you consume comes directly from packaged, shelf-stable items like canned soups, processed deli meats, and frozen prepared meals. Food manufacturers pump these products full of sodium and industrial phosphates to preserve them so they can sit on a store shelf for months or even years. When you are 30 or 40 years old, your kidneys are highly efficient filters that can flush out this chemical overload. But after age 60, kidney function declines naturally. When your kidneys cannot filter out the excess sodium and phosphates fast enough, your body is forced to pull more fluid into your bloodstream to dilute the salt. This dramatically increases the overall volume of your blood, thickening it and forcing your heart to pump much harder just to move it through your body. This creates a massive, silent and invisible strain on your cardiovascular system, particularly at night while you are asleep. What to do instead? You don't have to live a life devoid of flavor. Simply replace those high-sodium canned and boxed meals with fresh or frozen vegetables, and cook simple meals at home using natural sea salt. Natural sea salt contains beneficial trace minerals that don't overload your system the way highly refined industrial sodium does. It's not about changing your entire life overnight, it is about taking one small, deliberate step toward better health today. Your body is not your enemy. It is an incredibly resilient system that is constantly working to balance itself, heal, and keep you moving forward. When your legs feel heavy, when your balance shifts, or when your blood pressure ticks up, these are not just the inevitable, irreversible penalties of aging, they are your body's cries for help. True health doesn't live inside a pharmacy bottle. It lives in the small, everyday choices you make right in your own home, specifically in your kitchen. I want to hear from you directly. Leave a comment below and tell me, which of these items do you recognize in your kitchen right now? Is there one you plan to toss out tonight? I read through your comments to help guide this community toward a long, vibrant life. If this video helped you think about your health in a new way, please take a moment to share it with someone you care about deeply, your spouse, a brother, a sister, or a neighbor who needs to hear this truth. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming video, where I will reveal the 5 foods you need to start eating immediately after age 60 to protect your circulation and restore your energy. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care of your heart, stay curious, and take control of your health. I will see you in the very next video.